This is Jordan Tower with JT News. Make sure you smash that like button, smash that subscribe, and let's get right into the news. All right, so we got Camron. Elliott Wilson comes on. It is what it is, and apologizes as Camron calls him. He's like, I never really got a look at your face. I didn't know you were a pepper jack cheese face. But Elliott Wilson goes, I was embarrassed by my appearance on Rory and Mal and what I said. You know, Camron definitely is building a sports empire here, and I just feel like the space is getting crowded with hip hop, and I grouped Camron into a group that he shouldn't have been grouped in, and Cameron's like, good boy, because like Camron got the apology. He's setting the tone for 2025. He got the apology on his platform. Now, Elliott Wilson's done a lot, okay? He does too much now with the complaining and should just buckle down. You know, he got too much under the JayZ umbrella. I liked Elliott Wilson when he was doing Rap Radar and doing his own thing. And, yeah, most people, I would have done the same move as he did when he went over to Tidal and everything. He had no idea that Tidal was going to be, defunct because JayZ was going to give up on it and just sell it for less than it was projected to be worth to Jack Dorsey. Because think about it, when Sprint invested in it, it made it worth $600 million, right? Because they put $200 and something million up for a third. That already gives you a worth of $600 million. They're saying the company's worth $600 million, right? And he ended up selling it for about $200 million. So that's not good. It's not good to sell your company for less than it was worth at one time. JayZ just didn't push it. Let's just be honest, okay? That's all that happened. You could do every excuse in the book. JayZ didn't put things exclusively on there. And he could have done so much more. Him and his wife. You had Nicki, Kanye, all these people supposedly part of Tidal, and they didn't get anything when it closed down. Nothing. They got like 40 grand. Nicki said it before, what she got. It was small. Meanwhile, JayZ got on the board of Square, so now he's which is Block, which owns Square and Cash App and everything, and he's making money. You make money being on the board, just so you know, of these companies. They pay you a salary. And he also got stock. He won. Then we got Justin Bieber unfollows Usher, probably for putting him with Diddy and introducing him to all kinds of messiness when he was a kid and exposing him to things he shouldn't have been exposed to, and he feels like it messed up his childhood. Now, that's his parents' fault and Scooter's fault too for not paying more attention, but who knew it would have that effect on Justin Bieber, you know? We don't even know half the stuff he's been exposed to. It looks spooky, though. I'll tell you that. I think Usher's going to get exposed soon. But Justin Bieber. That's what I think. Then Jim Jones proves that Mace needs to teach him to rap again. He tries to drop a song. It's okay. It's not crazy. He's just talking about, I got to show people who I am. He's not saying much in the song. He's talking about how much of a gangster he is in the song. This is what Jim Jones got popular and surrounded himself with a gang. Mel Matrix's gang. Okay, so that's what happened. And he felt very powerful. He sent these guys on dummy missions time and time again. Didn't pay them right. Mel Matrix was still dealing in the streets. Didn't take him legit. Jim Jones is not a good leader at all. Never was. The Bird Gang thing, the only person that came up on that was Jim Jones. They got paid. He got $8 million from Sony. Didn't drop anything. Nothing. That deal went defunct. He held Max B back because he wanted to keep him as a writer. Would have done the same thing to Stack Bundles, but Stack Bundles died before he could get angry about it. And Stack Bundles, it was evil. I don't know why Stack Bundles signed to Jim Jones, to be honest with you, because I even told Stack, I remember when he came to get his release papers from Clue, and he was like, "Yo, Jordan, what's up? Where's Clue at?" And I was going up to see Clue. I said, "Yo, just you'll catch him at the what are you doing here first?" I asked him. I was talking to him. I said, "Like, you're here to start trouble?" He's like, Nah. Just want him to sign this paper. That's it." And I know Clue, and Clue was probably ducking the paperwork. So, and I knew Clue was gonna let him go. Clue's not a bad person, So I was like, "Yo," he pulls in the garage around the corner. Just, get the paperwork signed, but don't do anything crazy. Don't put no hands on Clue or nothing. He's like, nah. Because, Stack Bundles was a reasonable person, He just wanted to get his release paper so he could do what he wanted. And Clue wasn't really doing anything with Ransom or Stack Bundles. He had both of them. Clue was very good at being an A&R. It's just that he had a lot of stuff going on. He was building his radio career at that time. He was moving over to Power 105. And he's had a lot going on, and I understood that. So I was like, just get your release papers and leave. Clue will sign them. And he did. To Clue's credit. Clue signed him, no problems, nothing. Clue was working on something bigger, setting up his but he's still on the radio today. It's a good gig, So he was going to do the same thing with Stack. I told Stack, I was like, you shouldn't sign to Jim Jones, bro. You should try to get a straight up deal. You're dope. But, there wasn't enough evidence to not sign to certain people back then. I mean, look, you got a few rap CEOs that are really good. Like, JayZ's pretty good. You got 50 Cent's really good. Camron's good. Jim Jones isn't. Here's the thing. Jim Jones and Joel Santana both thought they could recreate Dipset. He tried to do Skull Gang, Joel's, and then Jim Jones tried to do Bird Gang. They both were not good. They were the stars. They weren't good at making stars. Camron unselfishly put everybody on with no paperwork. Jim Jones didn't have paperwork. He couldn't stop him going anywhere. Camron didn't do paperwork with Hellrell, J.R. Ryder, anybody. He put them all on. And then just charged them to use the logo. That's it. So Camron tells a story of, remember when Dame Dash and Jim Jones were beefing? He got everybody in the car and said, "Yo, we're going to go roll on somebody." And, he had Mel Matrix, and then they would jump in the whip and go with him. And you'd use these people as soldiers, as muscle. And they rolled down on Dame Dash, and they weren't with it. They were like, why are we here with Dame Dash? And they kind of weren't with, like, putting hands on Dame Dash. And Dame Dash wanted to fight Jim Jones, and Jim Jones says, "I don't fight. I only have, I have soldiers to make it look good." He did the same thing with Mayo. I think DJ Envy told a similar story on The Breakfast Club where, like, Jim Jones would roll around with 15 guys at all times. This is why Jim Jones has problems. You roll around with 15 guys at all times, right? And you're not taking care of them all? Psh, bro, you're going to have problems. So anyways, he ran across Mayo when they were having an issue. Mayo and all his, Mayo was only 3 guys. DJ Envy tells it in a sucker way, though, because he says Mayo told him and all his guys to tuck their chains, obviously in case they got into a fight, but it also sounds soft at the same time, right? Like, there's 2 ways to look at that, right? So then Jim Jones comes up to the table, and Mayo fakes like he had a weapon, and everybody kind of scattered. And that's smart. Because if you only have 3 guys versus 15, you're going to lose. So Mayo thought quick on his feet. I'll give him a lot of credit for that. But yeah, Jim Jones abuses his connections when other people... He just has no respect for anybody but how he looks. You ain't going to be Camron, bro. Sorry. There's only one Camron. And, he got the witty... Jim Jones was great on Dipset. He did so much, bro. He's a legend for that, but he's ruining his legacy. And so was Joel's. Joel's, man. Dude, what are you doing? Like, you need real friends, bro. Like, and I say that out of love, bro. I don't know how many times I could say this. Joel's needs real friends around him that tell him, like, yo, nah, don't do this. Do this. Focus on this. Focus on putting out music and don't stop. Stop being worried about this and this and this. You know, like, you've been gone for Joel's. I don't even know if you could come back right now. I knew you could in 2016. That's why I was doing all those videos. And you eventually used them on the intro. Me speaking about you used them on Up at the Studio Get Blown 1, Part 2, Part 1 to Part 2. And I appreciate that because I was speaking from the heart. And I'm doing it again, bro. Yo, you need someone to speak to on the phone, bro. That'll keep it real with you. Because, like, and I know that's hard to handle, but, like, you're just looking crazy out here, man. That's how the internet looks at you. You can deny it all you want. And, you know, I don't care. Joel's usually response is to be like, well, the internet doesn't like you. We ain't talking about me. We ain't talking about Cam. We ain't talking about anybody else. We're talking about you. People want to see you win. Camron wants to see you win. I want to see you win. Jim Jones wants to see you win. It's a reflection on the city, man. Anyways. This is Jordan Tower with JT News. Make sure you smash that like button, smash that subscribe button. I'll check you guys in the next one. Peace.